Dustin Long here, joined by KP and PK, and this weekend it's Michigan. That's high speeds, fuel strategy, and Kevin Harvick in victory lane more than not, right? So let me ask you guys first off, is what are you looking for this weekend? I'll start with you, Parker.
Yeah, so when you kind of said it, high speeds, right? This is a place that you are just in the throttle. Like there's few places in NASCAR that you are in the throttle as much as you are here at Michigan, and the speeds are the highest that we'll see all year, right? And so that sort of adds a little bit of intensity, right, to this place. But the one thing I look at also with this next-gen car is that when you look at places like this is a car that's very on edge, right? This is a car that really, really puts you in a position to have to balance on the fine edge of that tire and whatever. And at high speeds, that's a tough thing to do. And so I just think this is a place that really rewards drivers who are willing to put it on the edge there and be able to balance it and be comfortable with that. And so I think, when I look at this racetrack, that means also trying to find the little areas on the racetrack that might not look large in terms of moving your car a little bit lower and sort of using a different banking angle to turn it at times, and sort of maybe finding a little higher lane than the competitors around you because you want to get that clean air to the nose because you're going so fast. So there's little things as drivers that I look for at this place that might not look big, but they are big because of how fast you're going. And it's a very tough place in that sense to go fast. So I love this racetrack. I love the speeds, and I look for, I think this will be a very, very interesting race considering all the playoff scenarios right now.
Yeah, and I love this car at this racetrack. I do. I love how this car has changed the intermediate. It's not changed this place as much, but it's changed it enough that it's been a pretty good race up there. I like the way the racetrack spreads out. Like Parker says, basically you're racing on the edge of a razor blade, and it can go either way, man. And when you go the wrong way, it cuts you deep. There's no doubt about it. But you look at turn two, you've got that looseness and that freeness coming off turn two. We see a lot of guys spin and head down the back stretch. You've got the push and the shove up off of turn four. There's so many things, but the racetrack itself and the corners are so far and so sweeping is really how you get in the corner and get your car to rotate at a certain given point in the corner dictates your exit speed up off the corner. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, putting yourself in position to exit the corner and make the longest straightaways that you can at Michigan. And we've seen the Toyotas do it in the past. We've seen Chevys do it, but more consistently, we see the Fords do it. And that just fascinates me about that place. And when you do that, then you look at a Joey Logano, you look at a Kevin Harvick. But I'm going to throw I just think they're going to be, the Fords are going to be strong. They were strong last week. We had 7 out of the top 11 at Richmond on a short track. Now we go to a 2-mile track. Can they put 7 out of 11 or 6 out of 10 up there and do the same thing finish wise in the home of the Blue Oval?
Okay, so who do you got? Is Kevin Harvick back in victory lane, or is it somebody else? Parker, who wins this weekend?
Well, you led me on, but I was going to say Kevin Harvick. Why not? Final season, he's been so good here. I want to see him win. That'd be cool, and I think he can pull it off. He was fast at Pocono, which is a high-speed racetrack similar into Michigan in some respects. So I think absolutely Kevin Harvick can win. And then the other one I'd have my eye on, I know maybe we can't choose two, but whatever. I'm going to break the rules.
Go ahead.
Is maybe a sleeper pick. Bubba Wallace, 2311, that 23 car, how fast they are at Kansas, which is a place that I somewhat feel like sits along the Michigan sort of lines of high speed on the edge, that sort of thing. So I think Bubba Wallace and that 23 car could be one to watch as well.
Okay, well, my sleeper pick and main pick is all the same one. I will go that. I'm going to go RFK and Brad Keselowski. Okay, here's a guy that has gone here a million times. Here's a guy who is winless in so long. Here's a guy that wants to win that race so bad. And we're going to a Ford track. I think we've seen some bright spots out of RFK. And you know what? I think he made a mistake last week on pit road that he'll never make again. And I think he's realized that he's raced out of the top long enough that he needs to be back in that top 4 or 5 and be back at the sharp end of the stick. And I think he comes fully loaded for Bear to do it in Jack Roush's hometown, to do it in the Blue Oval, like I said before, but to do it for his family and what Michigan racing and what Michigan has meant to him. I'm going with Brad K this week.
So will either of these two be right? Well, to find out, catch the action on Sunday on USA Network, and coverage begins at 2 p.m. Eastern from Michigan International Speedway. Thanks for joining us for Motormouths, presented by Toyota.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.